What's poppin'? I'm Sebastian.
And I'm Michael.
And welcome to Get In. Today in Get In Sports, we're going to talk about NBA All-Star. That's it. That's literally it, because it's going to take quite the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because the starters have been announced, and the reserves have been announced, and the draft happens in a week from today. But, I mean, it's like 3 days from when this episode airs.
Yeah.
We're going to talk all about All-Star. So we're going to talk about who we think should have been a starter, who we think should have made it at all. Because there's people that get snubbed. Some people that perhaps are there just because they're more famous and playing a bigger market. So we're going to talk about the things we would have changed. And we're going to make our own All-Star team.
Yep.
Michael will be representing Team LeBron.
Let's go.
Because he's a Lakers fan. And I'll be representing Kevin Durant because I love the Miami Heat. So I represent the East. And we're going to make our own draft and see how the teams turn out. Who knows? Maybe it'll be exactly.
If we get them exactly right, that'll be.
Can we get like an award? Hey, Red Bull, can you like sponsor us if we get
what
this
if you
right?
can bet on this stuff?
Probably. You can bet on anything. When it comes to sports, you can bet on anything.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's bet on this exact. We'll bet like $10. Yeah. I mean, it's quite a high chance.
Probably.
Yeah.
To get exactly.
Like if we bet $10, we get a good amount of money if we get it right.
Yeah.
Well, enough about betting. Obviously, LeBron James and Kevin Durant are the captains of the All-Star game because they got the most votes. Obviously, they're the most popular players. LeBron James is the most popular player, and some would say us. He's the best player. And Kevin Durant, first of all, he's had a fantastic comeback season, and obviously he is the most popular player after LeBron. So it makes sense that they're the captains.
Yep.
I wouldn't change that at all.
No, I thought that makes sense.
A reminder to the people, we'll start with the starters. A reminder to the people, the starting players for the All-Star team are obviously LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bradley Beal, Stephen Curry, Luka Doncic, Joel Embiid, Kyrie Irving, Nikola Jokic, and Kawhi Leonard. Those are the starters. No way to change them?
No.
Michael, do you agree? Who would you like to see as a starter instead of some people?
So for me, when I first saw the list, I think Harden should start in front of Kyrie, personally. I think he is kind of more important to the Nets team right now. And I do think that Kyrie's absence should kind of play a little bit into the... Like, obviously, Kyrie should be in the All-Star game. Like, no question about that. He's been amazing.
Yeah.
But I just think, he took quite a while off, so I feel like that should kind of factor in to at least being a starter.
Because you want to factor that in, do you think you should also factor the fact that James Harden did start in the Houston Rockets team this season?
Yeah, a bit. I mean, like, he wasn't amazing, but he was still playing at least.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Don't get me wrong, I agree with you, but since you're saying this should factor,
yeah.
Originally, I think we should see both sides.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago though, I was pretty high on Jaylen Brown. I kind of thought he deserved. Obviously, he did get on the All-Star team, but I kind of wanted to see him maybe getting a starting spot because he was playing really good. He still is, but the Celtics have kind of taken a little dip as of recently.
Yeah.
So he was one of the people I kind of early on had as a East starter. And then on the West, I mean,
So, for the East, if you had Jaylen Brown, who would you have taken out?
I think it would have been between Kyrie, Harden, and Jaylen Brown for me. Like, all the other people I think deserve it.
Yeah.
But it's like between those three. At one point, I had Jaylen Brown, and then I have Harden. And then, like, I still think Kyrie is really good, and there is a case for him to be on there. But
yeah,
in my opinion, I think Harden's more important to that team.
Yeah, I think Kyrie made the votes, like the fan votes, just because he's more popular. That's literally it. Even because he was absent, people talked about him a lot.
Yeah, and I don't think So I feel like Harden over the year, obviously he's the huge fan base in Houston.
Yeah.
So I feel like he lost a lot of that. And
yeah,
like when players move, then they kind of lose some of that.
fan base.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of votes.
Yeah. So they probably factored into it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So as you were saying in the West, who would you take out?
The West. I mean, I like the list.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think they all deserve it. If you had to put, if there was like a way to have another starter, I guess. Like I feel like Damian Lillard like kind of deserves an all-star spot, but it's obviously not enough. Like I don't want to take away from Steph, because Steph's been really good, and like Luka's been really good. Just a bad team. So yeah, of those three guards, they all like deserve it, but it's like when it comes down to it, I do think the two most deserving guys got it. What do you think on that? Do you think
I love Luka Doncic.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like the guy.
Yeah.
But Damian Lillard, he built different.
Mm-hmm.
Dame time, bro. I love watching that man play.
Mm-hmm.
And the playoffs, I make sure I tune into every Trailblazer game, because it's one of the most fun games to watch for me in the postseason. Last postseason, the Miami Heat made it all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I rather watch a Trailblazer game just because, I mean, with the Heat, I'm just tense.
Sure.
But with Dame Lillard, I'm just like, whoa!
It's a different play style.
Like, for me, one of the biggest experiences that I have was watching the Trailblazers versus the Denver Nuggets 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite basketball memories. I was literally FaceTime with a friend the entire time, triple overtime, just watching people ball out. And I think this year, Luka Doncic, he hasn't been putting up Luka Doncic numbers that I think he should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, we talked about it 2 weeks ago, how the Mavericks have been a little bit of a disappointment. If you want to see that podcast, go check it out. We talk about the disappointing teams. So I think the Mavericks, we both agree, have been disappointing. Mm-hmm. So I think I would have given the starting spot to Damian Lillard.
Okay.
I still want Luka Doncic to make All-Star.
Yeah.
Obviously, Damian Lillard made it in the reserves, but I would have given the starting spot to Damian Lillard. I think that man got a little disrespected, which I get why everybody talks about Luka Doncic. He's in a bigger market. He's literally the face of the team, and besides Kristaps Porzingis, who was injured for like half the season so far.
Yeah.
So he was the only recognizable face on the court.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would have taken Damian Lillard for sure on the starting.
All right.
For the East, the East is hard because the stars that they have, like Kevin Durant, obviously, like I said, has to be that one.
Yep.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, you can't remove that man from an All-Star. Bradley Beal, I'm so happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
He got a starting spot. He clearly deserves. He's been balling out. Joel Embiid, he's in MVP talks.
Yeah.
You can't take that man out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the East was pretty much kind of set. Obviously, the Nets have the hype. So Kyrie and Harden, you can make a case for either of them.
Yeah.
Like you, I think it was in a chat we were all talking about Jaylen Brown for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was a couple months ago, but still.
Yeah, if the Celtics were in the playing as well as the Nets have been playing, then it might have been like Tatum or Jaylen Brown.
And I think Jaylen Brown came slowed down a little bit recently.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that might have affected it too.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm not too mad.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. My only question is, to be honest, I haven't paid attention to the Warriors this year.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't know how Steph has actually been doing, so I'm going to go ahead and check it out. 30 points per game. Yeah, no, it's good. He can start. Yeah, with the West, also, LeBron James makes perfect sense to me. Mm-hmm. Steph Curry, I just looked it up. Pretty good. Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, he's been balling.
That man has been an animal. It's kind of hard not to
the team's a little rough, but
yeah,
he's been good.
And then my only thing will be Kawhi Leonard.
Really?
just because it's hard for me to think that Rudy Gobert or Donovan Mitchell didn't make a starter position.
Well,
when I think I would have given it.
The thing with like the All-Star team format, it's you got your two guards.
Yeah, that's
so Mitchell's pretty low if Damian Lillard's getting knocked off. And then Gobert is in that forward spot, so you got to contend with LeBron, Jokic, and then Kawhi. So I feel like they wouldn't put two centers in the All-Star. Yeah. And I mean, Kawhi's been playing great.
Yeah.
Like him and PG have been like very similar numbers last I checked, and they've been playing very efficiently. So, no, I think Kawhi is deserving of his spot. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously Gobert and Mitchell.
It's kind of shocking. I mean, obviously the NBA is super talented, so it's kind of weird to see that a team that's been balling out all season long that seems like it's nonstop. Well, like every week, I'm not hoping. I'm just waiting for them to start crashing, and it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like their success it's a team effort for the most part.
Yeah.
Like Gobert is like defensive anchor, and then like Mitchell and Conley have been the offensive like facilitators for that team. So like they have three really good players and like a lot of great role players. So like, you know, gonna have great team success. So like their numbers are fine, like not stand out. That don't like. I mean, it's hard to beat the guys you already have in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I said, everyone's super talented.
Yeah.
So I guess sometimes it comes to personal thing. Like, I like the Jazz. I would love to see Donovan Mitchell be a starter and Kawhi. I'm like, get that guy out of here.
So yeah, it's more personal.
It's personal, okay? I didn't actually have a case for Kawhi Leonard not to be a starter. I just didn't want him there. It's whatever.
It's fine. But yeah.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I was seeing a lot of like sports writers lists and stuff, and like a lot of them didn't have like Mitchell on there for a few of them.
Yeah.
Not that he's not good. It's just his numbers. I don't think they're not as good as last year. I don't think
he's been putting up. I think he has 24 points per game.
Okay. But like Gobert is pretty unanimous for most of those writers that he would be getting a spot on the team just because how much he means to that team.
Yeah. I mean, he got the big contract to this is the man.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're already kind of talking about these reserves, so let's kind of get into it. So, on the West, we got Anthony Davis, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, Damian Lillard, Chris Paul, and Zion Williamson.
Mm-hmm.
And on the East, we got James Harden, Jaylen Brown, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle, Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum, and Nikola Vucevic.
Yeah. When it comes to reserves, I think, for me, a lot of personal passion gets in.
It's all your personal choices that you want to see in there. Which makes sense, like you vote for the guys, so.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember too, like the reserves are picked by the coaches.
Yeah.
So.
So big highlights for me that are not there.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Booker's not there.
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing on the.
Yeah, for me it's absolutely shocking that he didn't make All-Star. For some people it might not, but I know what Devin Booker can do. Mm-hmm. So for me it was a little shocking.
Yeah. We'll get into him in a little bit.
Bam Adebayo not making it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know as a Heat fan that the Heat have been struggling.
Yeah.
But every time you see the Heat win or something, you hear Bam Adebayo ball out.
He's been doing good.
Devontae Sabonis.
Yeah.
Averaging a double-double this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think he should have gone in instead of Ben Simmons. But obviously I get why Ben Simmons is there just because the Philadelphia 76ers have been making highlights as number one.
Yeah. It's like using your Jazz argument. Like if you're winning, you should get those spots.
Yeah, but the Pacers are at number 5, which is not too far behind.
No, I know.
And he's putting up like Ben Simmons averaging 15 points per game. Sabonis 21 points per game.
Okay.
11 rebounds towards Ben Simmons 7 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I think he should have gotten it.
You just got Ben Simmons is
I get it. The positions and stuff come into it.
Yeah, Ben Simmons is a very interesting player, and he gets a lot of hate, but
I hate him.
Yeah. But honestly, I do think he should be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year.
Ben Simmons?
Yeah, behind Rudy Gobert. He can match up the best with any position, really.
Yeah, because he's freaking huge.
He's 6'10". Like when I was watching the Lakers 76ers game, he was guarding LeBron, and LeBron gets his points, but it was one of the few people that he really has to work against, because for the most part Ben Simmons can physically match up with him.
Yeah.
But then he gets posted up by someone, he's not gonna get overpowered by a bigger player.
Yeah.
And his defense has never been great, so I think it's more of the nod of his team success and just his defensive ability, which I'm glad gets highlighted because so much of everyone's focuses on, how much points can you score?
Which I think is why Chris Paul is there.
Yeah.
Not Devin Booker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously Chris Paul, great leadership.
Yeah.
The Phoenix Suns wouldn't be there without him. So, and he has pretty good points. I think he's 14, 15 points per game. But obviously, Chris Paul defensively, all those steals.
The steals and just the leadership qualities he brings to the team. So
I'm people I'm really glad made reserves. Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that man should have not been an All-Star. So I'm definitely glad. Chris Paul, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Tatum.
Yep.
Damian Lillard.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell, and Rudy Gobert.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, like I said, that might be a little personal. And Julius Randle.
Yeah, he's been really good.
He's having a great year.
Yeah.
So he definitely deserved to
be
an All-Star.
The Knicks are in the playoff picture right now because of him, basically.
Yeah, which is shocking to say that the Knicks in playoff.
Same with Levine. He's been balling out. He's the Bulls are in that, I think, the 8th spot right now.
Yeah, honestly, Levine's carrying that team. Yeah. So he definitely deserved a little acknowledgement for that.
Yeah.
And
I've always liked Vucevic. I think he needs to get out of there.
When he resigned, I was shocked.
Well, no, I mean I wasn't shocked because the money, obviously, but
yeah, but I'm I feel like you could have gotten paid somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean most is now you can get paid and then you can always ask for a trade later.
Yeah,
it's always get your money first and then.
Because that was the same year that what's his face Mirotic.
Nikola Mirotic?
Yeah, because he played. He said, "I'm bouncing to play in Europe."
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, then why is the Orlando Magic? God, Aaron Gordon, get out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was like, no, dude, you should have gotten out of there. But I'm glad he's being recognized. He's a really good player. He's pretty fun to watch, actually.
Yeah. I feel like a trade could be coming for Orlando because they're just not good. So I feel like they should look for the best they can get for him before he. Yeah, just start looking now, I guess. But
obviously, Anthony Davis had to make reserves.
Yep.
There's no way that man doesn't get in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of his worst seasons right now. I think just health and effort wise, not there yet.
Yeah, I mean, he even said it on an interview that he was like, "Yeah, I'm not where I want to be."
Yeah,
or something along those lines.
Yeah, but I mean, coming off a short off season, it's gonna take a lot out of you. And I feel like after you win a championship, the next year it's one of the hardest because it's you kind of already did it.
Yeah, so you gotta stay hungry for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully when he comes back healthy, he can start putting up those routine Anthony Davis stat lines. So yeah, he deserved it. Paul George has been having a classic Paul George regular season where he balls out.
Yeah. What I'm curious about, what you think, is Zion Williamson.
I like it.
25 points per game.
Yeah.
I'm just looking it up.
He's playing really good.
The Pelicans 11th place, but obviously the West is really close.
We've actually talked about the team a lot. They're just a weird team, but I think once they started putting the ball in Zion's hands more, because Zion, like, in high school and college, like, he, is kind of a facilitator,
Yeah.
And now they're trying to, like, make him play in the post, which isn't really his game. But now that he has the ball more and running more pick and rolls and stuff, he's been balling. It's definitely kind of switching more to his team rather than Brandon Ingram's team. Which is good, because I think Zion is a great talent.
Yeah.
He's just not getting the media attention like he got last year, which I think is good, because he can just focus on
playing basketball on it.
Yeah.
And not being like, my new Air Jordan's coming out this week.
Yeah, he doesn't have to, the highlight plays all the time. It's like, just,
Like, I'd rather he balls out, get into his game now, and then come playoff time, if they make it, then he gets to, like, we finally get to have more attention on him.
Yeah.
So I'm also glad that we're kind of giving him space. Because, like, before it was like the man hadn't played a single game, and everybody was hyped about him.
Yeah.
And
because the thing, when you think about, like, his rookie year is only, like, 20-something games.
Yeah.
So, like,
he got third in rookie.
Yeah. I mean, he just played amazing. But, like, obviously, I don't think he should have won it. But I'm saying, like, right now, like, the number of games he's played, he's kind of still in his first season when you think about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just obviously you're seeing the growth of his game. But, yeah, I was glad that he got on there. So, the only person I think for you that you don't think should be on it is Ben Simmons, right? There's no other person.
But again, it's a little personal. I
know. I'm not.
And Domantas Sabonis, I just think.
So you think Sabonis should be in there?
I think the Pacers never get recognized.
Yeah.
And they're always constantly in, like, 5th seed, regardless of who gets traded.
Yeah.
So I would definitely change Ben Simmons for Sabonis.
Okay. Yeah.
Besides that, also Bam Adebayo, like I said, which I understand that he hadn't been doing too well. He was out for a period of time because of, I think, injury and COVID and stuff. But every time you hear about the Heat, it's because how amazing Bam Adebayo has been playing.
Yeah.
And we all know he's an amazing player, both offensively and defensively. He won the skills challenge last year on the All-Star weekend. And I'm just shocked that a coach would not have picked him.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to see him there too, but there's just so many, like, guys, like, new guys, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially in the East, because, like, Jalen, Levine, and Randall are all first-time All-Stars. And
I think that's the thing. If Randall wasn't there, I think Bam might have been there.
Bam or Sabonis would be there.
Yeah, I'm glad.
It's just like with those, because, like, I'm pretty sure both Sabonis and Bam last year is their first one.
Yeah.
So I feel like once, like, you get your first one and then, like, you don't, like, make an even bigger leap the next year, then, like...
Then they're like, let's...
Yeah, you go with the next person.
Else, yeah.
Because once you start making, like, 2, 3, then you're kind of become a consistent person.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes they have, like, those... They rotate some guys in and out, just make it a little different. But
yeah. So, I'm glad Julius Randle's there. I definitely don't think Bam deserves a spot over Julius Randle. I don't know. I don't even know where I would squeeze Bam in there because I don't really want to.
They just need to maybe expand the All-Star team from 12 to 14.
Yeah, which is also hard because it's All-Star, so
it's hard to get, like, everyone playing time.
Yeah.
So,
especially Team LeBron. What was that? 2 years ago? I think he just kept the stars in for, like, the third and the fourth quarter.
Yeah, to bring them back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be seeing that this year.
Yeah.
I don't think there's gonna be that much effort.
I hope there is, because they were really fun games to watch.
I feel like you're going to see effort from the new guys.
Yeah, they're going to be like, I'm here. I've seen the last two. I'm all in.
Well, you're excited to be there and play. Like
Jaylen Brown, I think he's going to ball out.
You want to make a good impression?
Ooh, that's a good question. Who do you think is going to win?
Which team?
Or, well, maybe no. We can't have the team yet, so I guess we don't know the matchups.
Yeah.
But who do you
think is going to
have a All-Star MVP, or as it's now named, the Kobe Bryant Trophy?
Yeah. I always kind of think of someone who, like... Because, like, the last couple have been... Kawhi was last year, then the year before that was Durant, the year before that was LeBron. So it's usually kind of the guys that are like, I'm the best player.
Yeah.
Like, I got something to prove. Because last year, Giannis was going hard for that.
He just couldn't win.
No, yeah. So maybe he wants... I could see
Redemption this
Giannis
year.
trying to get that, or Embiid. He could try to ball out. Because I don't know if we're going to see a lot of effort from LeBron, Durant, Kyrie, Kawhi. Honestly, I could see Steph if he can get hot.
Yeah.
Because he's been, like, pretty sure he's, like, just all-star games, just never, like, the greatest performances.
Yeah.
So maybe if he could put a good one, then...
Yeah, my money's on Giannis, Bradley Beal, Steph Curry.
Okay.
I
put Damian Lillard in there, too.
I don't know. I don't think any of their servers have a chance. Just because Damian Lillard's their server. If it was a starter, I would definitely put it in a consideration.
I don't know, because sometimes like last year, Luka was a starter, and he wasn't playing really well. Maybe it just was, like, his first year.
Yeah.
But then in the fourth quarter, he didn't play. So maybe, if someone like Lillard or like Paul George is balling out, then they'll probably get more playing time.
True.
I want to be surprised
if he's like in the All-Star game.
Yeah, if he does that. But I'm thinking like the starters too. Well, let's say like Paul George is balling and like LeBron's on the bench, and they're like, LeBron, you want to go back in? And he's like, nah.
I don't want to get injured, man. I'm tired.
He's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
So that could probably happen.
But if the players all decide to play hard and play all the time that they can and stuff like that, they get competitive. I think Kevin Durant's gonna get it. You
think so?
Yeah. If they go all out and play hard.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Durant.
He could close the game out. And then, like, if he has good stats coming into that fourth quarter and he closes it out strong, then, yeah.
Because that one time, it was LeBron and Durant were on the same team, I think.
Yeah, that was the first year.
Yeah. So.
And second year.
So this time they're in separate teams, so I think Durant would probably get it.
Yeah. Well, the Team LeBron has won every time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, last year, Giannis just fell asleep the first 2 quarters, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm done. I gotta win some games."
Well, mostly, I mean, every year, the team opposite LeBron always starts out way better. Like, they always lead, like, by a lot.
Yeah, but you remember, it was last year, I think they changed it, that they did it by quarters. Like, if you win this quarter, or you give this money to charity. And the first 2 quarters, like, the first quarter it happened, and they got blown out. And then the score obviously reset it to 0-0. And I think Giannis got hot a little bit at the end of the second quarter. And the third quarter, he just got mad. He was like, "I need to win some money for this unfortunate kids."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about? So when you talk about the East a bit, like the reserves, because I know you mentioned Devin Booker. Because I like all the reserves. It's just like hard to fit Devin Booker in there. You know what I mean?
He's been averaging 25. I lived in Phoenix for a while.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Obviously, the Phoenix Suns have been doing good, so it's kind of shocking that he basically almost the same numbers with a better standing in the charts he's not in.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's kind of like with like the Bam, like Devin Booker made it last year. He was averaging like 27 or something.
Yeah.
So I think getting Chris Paul, like, I feel like I thought he was going to have, like, not that his stats aren't good, but I thought he was going to be, like, really balling out this year.
Right.
No, I don't, it's hard to fit him in for me personally. Just because I'm like, I don't want to take any of these guys out.
I would take Paul George out.
Well, you can't. Paul George has been ball. He's been playing good. He's on my fantasy team. He's been putting up good he's been injured a bit, but
points wise, Devin Booker has more points. That's it.
All right.
Assistant rebounds, he's a little low.
But Paul George has been. I think he's he's averaging 50, 40, 90. Like 50% field goal, 40% from three, 90% from free throw. Like he's just a very efficient play. And I think
I hear what you're saying, but Devin Booker though, he's dating Kendall Jenner.
I don't think
that's valid.
I don't think they want the.
I want her in the stands.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. So you take Paul George out.
Yeah, for sure. It's your head station.
Because for me, I think it's between Mitchell and Devin Booker. So I feel like both the. I'm saying like
you're making me pick my kids. Like who do I love more?
They have similar numbers. They're both on like both have a teammate that's probably a little more important to their team than they are. So like the second most important. So it comes like who has a better record, and then Jazz get that nod. So they deserve two people from their team.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the teams that have multiple people are like teams that are kind of already higher up. So, sorry, dog.
You know, I can't do the Spy and Mitchell like that, so I would never move him. Never,
ever.
Yeah, I think it will only be Paul George for I can see.
All right, so I think that's good. Talk on.
Yeah.
The players on the All-Star team. So
you ready to get started?
Yes,
I think LeBron James got more votes. Yep. So as the tradition has gone so far, Team LeBron would start choosing.
Yep.
And then I start choosing reserves after we're done.
All right.
So give me 1 second here. That way I can put this on like a little scratch.
Mm-hmm.
That way I can keep track of stuff. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm thinking. So for both of these picks, I'm thinking as. I'm gonna try to mostly think like LeBron James in this situation.
You're Michael Senti and LeBron James's body.
Yeah.
Who are you picking?
I am picking Kawhi Leonard. He was on LeBron team last year. Kawhi won the Finals MVP. He's obviously one of the best players in the league, and I don't think LeBron wants to see Kawhi and Durant on the other side because that'd be a tough night.
Right.
So that would be my first pick as LeBron James.
Kawhi Leonard makes sense. All
right, you got to think like Durant here. Like there's an obvious choice in my opinion.
Kyrie.
Yeah. I honestly think so. Like if imagine like Durant doesn't pick Kyrie first, like how do you think Kyrie's gonna feel?
I'm not gonna play for 2 weeks because he didn't pick me.
Dude, imagine if Durant picks Steph over Kyrie. He's like, actually, I did like playing with Steph more.
But man, I can't. I'm picking Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Wow.
I don't care about Kevin Durant. It's my team.
All right.
It's my team.
Fair enough.
Screw Kevin Durant. Even though I'm him.
All right. As LeBron James, I'm going to pick, mostly because I want to see this, I'm going to pick Steph Curry. I want to see a LeBron and Steph Curry team. Yeah. I've always thought about it. I'm like,
never been able to see it. So.
Yeah. Because, like, Durant took LeBron's old point guard, so how about LeBron plays with Durant's old point guard, you know?
Okay. See, now I'm going to pick Kyrie.
All right.
Easy choice.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of, Kyrie, a lot of locker room.
Did you pick me second?
Yeah, he wouldn't go over well. All right. Then for my third pick, I'm going to pick Joel Embiid.
Good choice.
Yeah, MVP candidate. Probably most dominant big man right now from like a physicality standpoint, I guess. So
I am kind of having Giannis and Durant and Durant is They're pretty big guys.
That's pretty good.
So I don't think I need Nikola Jokic. I like Luka a lot, but I think I should try to go a little bit small, maybe, and go with Bradley Beal.
What does your heart say?
My heart's telling me to go Luka Doncic.
All right.
Especially because LeBron, Kawhi, you know, shoot, man. I'm picking Luka.
All right. Well,
so what team I have?
I wasn't gonna pick Jokic because for me it's either pick one of the bigs.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be Bradley Beal for me for the next pick.
All right. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I thought you were gonna go with Bradley Beal. Honestly, I feel like LeBron's probably gonna pick Luka pretty quick because that's like his guy.
Yeah.
But so you get Jokic.
Yeah. So my starting team is Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, Kyrie, and Nikola Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty big team.
Yeah. And then I got Steph, Bradley Beal, Kawhi, LeBron, and Embiid.
Yeah. Which is a more normal sized team.
For the most part.
For the most part, yeah.
I mean, Giannis basically plays the 4 anyways, so.
Yeah.
And then Durant will play your 3. All right. You get to start with the reserves.
All right. Well.
Are you going to pick whoever you want, or are you going to pick like Kevin Durant? Because there's obviously another easy choice.
James Harden?
Yeah. He's his teammate. He kind of has to.
But it's my team.
You just pick. Okay, all right.
And we're picking like Kevin Durant, picking like Sebastian Corridor. And Kevin Durant's body.
Okay.
I'm picking Dame Dollar.
Dame Dollar.
Damian Lillard.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking like LeBron here, and I'm a good teammate, so I'm picking Anthony Davis.
Makes sense. See, now...
you're doing your
now
you're Kevin Durant. You're doing all your guys dirty right now.
So we're picking them second? Dude, I'm the number one choice. I'm just stating that I'm the alpha.
You're basically being like, you know what, Harden, actually, I like Lillard a little bit more.
No.
You're not as important to me as getting Lillard.
It's like, dude, I played 82 games with you throughout a year. Let me have one day where I get to play with Damian Lillard.
Nah, man.
Would you be stingy like me? I mean, to me, if we were in basketball and we were playing the same team...
Every time a captain has a teammate, they always pick him first.
Okay.
Giannis picked Middleton last year.
If we were both on a team, and for some reason, I was the all-star captain,
yes,
and I picked you as my second choice, would you be mad at me?
Probably. I'd be like, what is that?
Be like, dude, you know, and I will give him my argument. Dude, we play 82 games a year together.
Like, whatever. I'm just saying, if you have a pick to get your player, like, you gotta show your respect to your players. Otherwise, you're saying, like...
I just did. I picked you second.
Okay, whatever. I don't understand you.
All right.
Just pick your next person.
I did.
Who'd you pick?
I picked Damian Lillard. Then you
picked
Anthony
Harden.
Davis.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Paul George.
Paul George.
Part of me thought, I'm like, I could leave him for last because I know you're not gonna pick him. But I'm still thinking like LeBron here, and I think Paul George is the best option at this point.
Thinking like LeBron, thinking like LeBron.
That's how you phrased it to me. Like you are LeBron James in this situation.
Okay, I've picked a few small guys lately, so I'm gonna go up a little bit, and I'm gonna pick Zion Williamson.
All right, Zion. LeBron likes Ben Simmons, so
This guy's just picking like he's LeBron James. This is my team, bro.
This is my team too. I'm saying like Ben Simmons is a great defender. He's gonna lock down your guys.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum. Well, I'm gonna pick Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
I can't have both Celtic players on the same team.
You can't. Oh, but you can have all the Nets players on the same team.
I'm just saying. They're all teammates, though.
I'm gonna go with Spider Mitchell.
I almost picked him instead of Jaylen Brown, but that might have caused a ruckus.
Would have killed you.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised you didn't pick him as your first pick instead of David Lillard.
Because I know you were gonna wait. I know you would have picked him as your first. So I'm like, I got time. It's like the same Paul George thought that you had.
Sure.
Like, I know you would pick him, but I know he wouldn't be your first choice to pick him as a reserve. So
no. All right. You got Donovan Mitchell. I'm gonna take Chris Paul.
Dang, that was gonna be my next one.
I need a point guard on the reserves.
I am gonna pick. I'm gonna give credit what credit's due, so I'm gonna pick Julius Randle.
Julius Randle. I was thinking of him next.
I'm gonna have to serve some credit. He'll put up 1 point in reserve. He'll do his job.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna go with Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
So no Jazz players can play on the same team.
Sorry. It adds that intensity, you know.
It's kind of funny because the way I have written down the players, the last four on my left, they're all yours. Kawhi, Jalen, Anthony, Paul George.
Guys you didn't want?
No, that's just how I have them written down. Just to like set up the sheets.
Yep.
And you picked the last four on that column, on the down below left. So it's kind of funny because it's like Michael. So I got Zach LaVine or Nikola Vucevic. Well, I did pick Julius Randle and Zion. And I do got Nikola Jokic. So I don't think I need another big like that. I'm going to go with Zach LaVine.
All right. Just give me all the big men. That means I get Nikola Vucevic.
Yes, sir. All right. So to recap my team, I got as starters Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Nikola Jokic, and on my reserves I got James Harden, Zach LaVine, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Julius Randle, Jason Tatum, and Zion Williamson.
And on my team, Team LeBron, I got Steph Curry, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, Joel Embiid. And then for the reserves, I got Anthony Davis, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Chris Paul, Jaylen Brown, Ben Simmons, and Nikola Vucevic. So, it's pretty good.
I think it turned out pretty well.
Yeah? You chose more of... Well, what is Sebastian like? I chose more of...
I didn't think...
What do I think?
This is our pick. They're picking...
Dude, I might put some money on this, man.
Dude, March 4th, they'll pick their team. We'll see that. You don't have to pick as LeBron James.
Dude, I wanted to see how close I'd be.
Oh.
I'm like, check out, like, all right, yeah, he picked Anthony Davis.
Dude,
that's the obvious pick.
Dude, what if it happened exactly alike? And both LeBron James and Kevin Durant are having like, dude, you're not going to pick Kyrie first?
No way. He's definitely picking Kyrie and James Harden first.
I know, just because they don't want to be stingy against each other.
LeBron has like a great, because he knows that, so he gets his first pick, and then he knows Durant has to pick Kyrie.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, he gets like probably two of the best players if he wants. So you get Kawhi and Giannis.
Yeah. I wouldn't even be surprised if Durant picked as his first reserve Anthony Davis.
maybe. I mean,
just to be like, I'm gonna take your boy.
That'd be
Anthony
tough.
Davis.
And then
Like,
LeBron be like,
I'm taking Harden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Well, I guess this year is a way to have fun.
Yeah. But it's just always like just a nod to your player. Just be like,
like Middleton and
like
with Giannis picking Middleton.
Yeah.
But that was because Giannis even said like Middleton will tell me to pick him. So
yeah,
I gotta pick him.
Well, it'd be like, let's say LeBron has the first pick for the reserves, and he doesn't pick Anthony Davis, and it's like for Anthony Davis, like, why did I come here if not, if you don't think I'm that good?
It's not like that.
It can be.
I guess if you're just a little baby,
dude.
You're a freaking NBA All-Star. You don't have to be complaining.
Hey man, dude, have you been following the NBA past week? These guys are sensitive.
I know.
So
like that's why LeBron picked Anthony Davis last year because he wanted to recruit him. No, last year, 2 years ago. Yeah.
But then he did pick him last year because it was like, that's my teammate, so he's got to go first. Even Giannis said, he's like, yeah, obviously. So.
People are just babies in the NBA now. No hate. I love you all. Yeah. It was a good team.
Yeah.
We'll see. The actual pick of the teams happens Thursday, March 4th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on TNT. And
yeah, then we can decide when we record who we think will win then.
Yeah. I don't know what the actual
All-Star
game is.
I mean, I can look it up right now.
Yeah. When that happens, so Tuesday, March 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's it's Sunday, March 7th. So then we would record. We'd be able to record before then, because then we can release it Saturday, which is right before the game.
Yeah.
So that would work out.
Yeah.
Perfect, dude.
Yeah. We love the NBA, so obviously we're going to talk about the actual All-Star game more. We're going to talk about the takeaways afterwards. And we'll probably do hopes for the rest of the season.
Yeah. So it's kind of like...
That's kind of the halfway point.
Yeah.
Normally.
It's not the real halfway, but it's like kind of...
But normally in normal seasons, that kind of marks it. Yeah. Not too shabby, I suppose.
Yeah. I wonder... I was thinking, because Anthony Davis is hurt right now, and he's going to be out for a while. I was thinking, like, is he going to be ready for the All-Star game?
I think he'll be healthy for it. Okay. Yeah.
So I thought, like, if he's not able to, then they would have, like, someone, like, take his spot, so that maybe, like, Donovan Mitchell could potentially. But we'll see.
That's true. I always forget that when somebody gets injured, somebody gets to take the place.
Yeah. Well, I forget which year it was, but it was a year where I know DeMarcus Cousins has that really, really bad injury. Like, that team had so many injuries that there was so many people that got like All-Star that year.
Yeah.
So
I remember Goran Dragic got it that year.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, he deserved it.
Sure. just messing with you. Messing.
there was retired players that are coming out saying, "How do we get this man to an All-Star game?"
Yeah.
So I'm glad he got it. Even though in the All-Star game he played for like 5 minutes, because that was the year that LeBron said, "I'm gonna put all my starters at all times." So I think he only got 2 points, which is kind of funny because I think he wore number 2 that year. Yeah.
And they won by 2 points, I think.
Yeah.
So
on the defensive
stop.
Yeah, which was like first
time
to ever happen, probably.
Yeah.
First and last, maybe. I think that's it for All Star. I just want to give a little shout out to a little tennis, because I love tennis. It's out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere. Nikola Djokovic won the Australian Open.
Who'd you say?
Nikola Djokovic. Yeah.
It sounds like Nikola Vucevic.
No.
And Jokic put together.
Djokovic. Yeah, well, he's the number one tennis player in the world, and he won the Australia Open. He's really cool. I grew up watching him ascend.
Okay.
And become he's been like number 1 for years now.
Oh, right.
So there's shout outs to him. In case you don't know, Serena Williams lost in the semifinals against a Japanese player.
She won last year too, right? The Japanese player?
Yeah.
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 So obviously she's really good.
Yeah. It's so funny to me that when it doesn't happen often that here in the States or ESPN and stuff like that talk tennis. But when they do, it's Serena Williams just ascending to the finals.
Yeah.
And then once she loses, they don't mention that she loses.
Yeah.
They just stop talking about tennis altogether.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in case you haven't heard, Serena Williams lost. I think people always think Serena Williams is out there winning tennis.
Just always.
But
Yep.
no, it's this Japanese... I think her name's Osaka.
Okay.
I don't want to get it wrong. But yeah, no, she's really good. Honestly, I recommend watching tennis, a match. People think it's just turning heads. But sometimes it gets really intense. If you like competitive sports, I think people will really like it. Especially a finals game of tennis. Or just watch highlights. You don't need to watch the entire game. So I just want to give shout-outs to tennis because I love the sport. So why not? And you got anything else to add to this episode?
No, I don't have any shout-outs.
You have any shout-outs?
No.
Okay, well, I guess that's going to be it for Getting Sports this week. As you can see, we got merch.
The merch.
Go check out this merch. We got t-shirts, we got jackets, we got stickers. I think I'm trying to get hats in there too because I like wearing hats, obviously.
Yeah.
So go to teesprings.com/get-in-merch to get all of our merch. If you want to see movie reviews, movie news, and all that type of entertainment, go to @BassReview on TikTok. I'm there every day. Sometimes I make some funny content. Not very often. And obviously, Get In Sports is every Saturday. And Get In Entertainment, where we talk movies, TV, Star Wars, Harry Potter, all that kind of fun stuff. We do that every Wednesday. So please stay tuned. Subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your dad. Tell your stepdad. Tell your mom. Stepmom. I don't know what your family situation is. Yeah. So I'm trying to cover all bases.
Tell everyone you can.
Yeah, tell your boss. If you work like a Target, checking out somebody, be like, boop, that'll be $27 and check out Get In.
Alright, yeah.
Whatever works to spread the word around.
Whatever works.
Yeah, and I want to also give a shout out to our audience that comes from my TikTok. Thank you for the support. And I want to give a shout out to international audience because I don't know your names, but I know we have audience in Canada and the UK and Sweden and Austria.
Hey man, love Austria.
Yeah.
Great place.
Great place. And Mexico, I think. So thank you for tuning in from all over the world.
Just a shout out to the audience,
Just a shout. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Because otherwise we're just talking to ourselves.
Yeah, which is not bad. I mean,
no, it's fun. I enjoy it.
Do you like talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I like talking to you.
Sweet.
Okay.
Works out.
All right. So thank you for tuning in to Get In, and this is Sebastian signing off.
This is Michael signing off.